After that, exhale. You have to slow down the breathing. Just to and then release the control, allowing the body to take over again. Slowly and in your own timing, allow the eyes to start to float open, blinking and filling. We're staying lying down and then moving into a banana stretch. So lift up your left foot, swing it over to the bottom left corner of your mat. Reach arms up overhead and the floor behind you. Use your left hand to grab the right wrist and pull both hands over to the top left corner of the mat. Finally, the right foot lifts, swings across, and crosses the left ankle. Nice stretch to the right side of it. Breathe. Move now to the other side. Lift that right foot. Swing it over to the bottom right corner. Left foot doesn't move yet. Switch your hands. Right hand pulls the left to the top right corner of the mat. Finally, the left foot swings the ankle crosses. Nice stretch to the left side of the mat. Breathing. And gently uncross the feet. Bring the arms back to center. Find neutral, so you're simply lying on your mat, not arching to either side. Extend the legs long in front of you. Bring the arms up overhead on the floor above the head. Take a second here to think about being actively engaged in this pose as opposed to simply lying here. So start to flex the feet, pressing through the heels, the toes start to pull up towards the face, activating the calf muscles, kneecaps pull up slightly, thighs start to rotate in towards each other. Envision pulling the points of your hips together, turning on the abs of the low belly. Reach tall, tall, tall through the top of your head. Arms reach, pulling through each fingertip. And then relax. Simply lie there. Begin to engage again, starting in feet. Flex. Engage the calves, the knees, the thighs. Pull the hip points together. Grow tall through the spine and up the top of the head. Reach tall with the hands. Breathe here, engaging all the muscles, and then relax. One last time, supine mountain versus shavasana. Start to flex the feet. Engage the calves. Kneecaps pull up, thighs rotate inward. Pull the hip points together. Grow tall, tall, tall through the top of the head. Reach to the fingertips. Feel the pull under the arm. And then relax. Good. Bend the knees, placing the feet flat on the floor. Better. So while we are lying down, it's best for your head and neck. You don't have to lift your head and look at me. Trust me to give you the right cues. If you're like, I'm clearly wrong, feel free to look, but I promise I've got you. Let's inhale our right foot up into the hip. Flex through that heel of toes, start to pull towards the base. Bring your hands around behind that right thigh and just gently tug this leg. Now you could fake it here and this leg could be very relaxed. But if you really want to stretch here this morning, press through that heel up towards the ceiling, pull the toes through. Your leg will tell you how far is too far. If you need this stretch to be deeper, you can straighten the left side. If you try that out of ego and your leg yells at you, bend your knee and breathe. Passing up into the ceiling with that heel. Breathe in here. Press higher, higher. Through that heel. Now relax that leg and drop the right ankle over across the left knee, finding a figure 4 with the legs. Your hands are going to switch, reach forward, clasp behind that left thigh. Should feel fantastic in your right booty. If you're seeking a deeper stretch here, you can close the left knee and clasp around the left shin. Unless you've been super stretching lately, it's probably not accessible right now. Send that breath into that right hip. While we're here, roll the left ankle. Switch direction. Point the left toe. Flex that left foot. Point the toe again. Flex the foot. And then find stillness in the left foot. Hug that left knee a little closer to the chest. Take a nice deep breath in. Good. I want you to keep your legs right where they are as you start to release the hands and open the arms up into a T onto the floor. And we're dropping our legs over to the left, outside of the left leg, bottom of the right foot coming to the floor. I am most comfortable when I use my left hand to grab my right ankle. And then turn and gaze out over that right hand. If it's a little too intense, you can put a brick under the right foot. You should feel a great pull through the outside of the hip, twist through the spine. Couple more breaths here. And you can let go of your ankle. Start to slide the ankle around the knee, down the shin until your knees are stacked on top of each other. Top knee floats up, bottom knee follows. Hug the knees to the chest. Rock side to side on that low back. And then gently bring the feet back to the mat. Knees are bent, feet are flat on the floor. And we move to the other side. Inhale that left leg up into the air. Clasp behind that left thigh. Press up through that heel, tucking the toes towards the face, and breathe. If you've been sitting a lot at your computer, in front of your TV, in the car, whatever, your legs are super tight right now. Breathe. Remember that if you need a deeper stretch, you can straighten the right leg. Whatever you did on the other side, stick with for this side. Breathe. Good. Relax this leg. Bend the knee and drop the ankle across the right knee. Hands are switching to clasp behind the right thigh. Good. Stretch moves into the left hip and booty. Breathe. While we're here, you can roll the right ankle. Switch directions if you've not already. Point that toe. Flex the foot. Point the toe. Flex. Then relax with that right foot and ankle. A couple more deep breaths here. Tug the knees a little closer to the chest. And then keep the legs right where they are. Open those arms up to a T. Good. We're dropping the legs over to the right. Outside of the right leg, bottom of the left foot come to the floor. I like to grab my left ankle with my right hand. Turn and look out over that left foot. Breathe. Take a nice deep breath in. Let it out with a sigh. Good. Let go of your ankle. Slide the ankle around the knee, down the shin. Top knee floats up first. Bottom knee follows. Hug the knees into the chest. Rock side to side on that lower back. Good. All right, and then release the knees. Bring the feet down to the mat. And temporarily hop over to one side so you can look at me. Okay, we're going to do something called dead bugs. And I have to show you what it looks like. It's like a dead bug. Right? So we're going to take a nice deep breath in here. Exhale, right arm, left leg. Inhale back up. Exhale. Inhale. So we'll do like 10 of them. If being right here is already hard, just lower the heel slightly and don't move the arms. If your lower back is bothering you, keep the knees real bent and only go to where it feels like you need to. If you're like, I want to hurt myself today, you can extend the leg out nice and straight. Kick those abs a little bit more. So take a nice deep breath in here. Exhale, right hand, left leg. Good.
Yeah, inhale back up. Exhale, opposite side. Good, inhale back up. Good, so you're gonna stay with your own breath here. All that really matters is that you are using the opposite arm and leg. And you're rotating, you're not doing the same side 100 times. If you're interested in having better form here, do not let the arm and leg you're not using move. Hard to do. Breathe. If at any point you're like, I hate this and I'm done, just lay down. Do 2 more rounds, ending on your left hand because we started on the right hand. And then hug your knees into your chest when you're done. Good. Rock side to side on your lower back. And then get a little rock going front to back. And when you're ready, you can rock all the way up to seated. Beautiful. So whenever we're in a seated pose, I like to be up on the edge of my blanket. It helps me sit up straight as opposed to just sitting on the floor. So make sure you're not in the middle of the blanket, you're on the edge to get that little pelvic tilt where you're falling off the blanket. Okay, beautiful. Inhale, arms up overhead. Let them touch. Come down to your heart. Good. Inhale, out to the side. Up. Let your hands clasp. Lift the palms, reach up high. Release the fingers, arms come down all the way behind the back. Hands clasp again. Pull back just a little. Let this be from the chest, not from the lower back. Look up at this. Take a nice deep breath in here. And then exhale, hold forward. Bring your face down to the floor and hover close again. And then release the hands. And as you inhale, the arms up high, lift the torso. Inhale. Good. Hands come down. Inhale, nice and open. Up overhead, clasp the hands, reach up. Hands float all the way down behind the back. Clasp, open the head, and back the heart. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, lean forward. Release the hands, inhale the full body up. Hands to the heart, one more time here. Inhale, nice and open. Up overhead. Clasp the hands, reach up. While you're here, can you pull your shoulders back out of your knees? Release all the way down behind. Clasp those hands again. Hold. Head hangs down. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, fold forward. And then release the hands. Inhale back up. Good. Hands come together, sink to heart. And then I want everyone to make sure that their right leg is either in front or on top, depending on how you sit. Perfect. All right, inhale up overhead again. And this time when you exhale, fold forward as far as you can. Plant the hands on the floor, let the head hang all the way down. Chin meets chest. You should feel this in your right hip a little bit, or a lot of it. Take a nice deep breath in, and then walk your hands over to your right, which I am also doing. So if you look up, we are not a mirror. And then inhale your left arm all the way up to the sky and let your heart open towards the front of the room. Good. And let this arm kind of drape behind the head. You should feel that pull maybe all the way down to the hip. a nice deep breath in. If this top elbow is crunching in, pull it over. Inhale, left arm back up to the sky. And then close this book here. Lean the hand back. Hands walk to center. And then walk in and roll up. Beautiful. Switch legs. Left leg is in front or on top. Inhale up. Exhale, fold forward. Hands walk out as far as they can. Chin hangs to meet the chest. Whatever it looks like for you and your hips is perfect. A nice deep breath in. Exhale, walk hands left. Inhale, right arm up to the sky, open the heart towards the front of the room. Let this hand drape behind the head. Pull that elbow open. Breathe. Inhale, right arm up to the sky again, and then close the book. Hands walk to center. And then towards the seat, rolling up. Good. You can put your legs however is most comfortable. Probably right leg in front, but not for everyone. All right, this next warm-up is called an ugly selfie. Don't worry about what you look like. No one is looking at you. They're very busy freaking out about their own chins. Okay, so we're going to tuck our chin into our throat, making as several chins as possible. Yep. And then look down. Should feel a stretch to the back of the neck, depending on how tight you are, all the way down the spine. And then start to slowly roll the right ear towards the right shoulder. Stop wherever your neck really likes it. You want to bring the right hand up and do a gentle tug in the head. You don't have to. If you're holding on to your head, release it. Roll the chin back to the chest. Look up. We'll re-wrap that ugly selfie. Tuck the chin into the throat. Make as many chins as you can. Look down. Left ear goes to left shoulder. Listen to your neck. If you want to add that optional tug, you can. Release the head, roll back to center. Look up. Good. And now I'm going to pretend we're rowing in a boat. Just start to row those arms backwards. We're pulling those shoulders back, pressing shoulder blades down the back. Anybody else real crunchy when you do this? Yeah. And then stop when you hit cactus arms. Good. We're going to do a little side cruncher. Take a nice deep breath in. And then you're only moving the shoulders, right? Crunch that elbow down towards the hip. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale. Good. 2 more times on each side. Good. Back to the cactus arms, neutral spine. Right arm comes up around behind the head. Left hand tugs on the elbow. A little tricep stretch here. Hands come up, elbows seek the cactus again. Left hand goes behind head. Right hand tucks the elbow. Inhale both arms up into the air and down to your sides. Shake them out. Little shimmy there. Dance party. We'll come onto hands and knees on our mat. Tabletop. So when you're setting yourself up in tabletop, you want your wrist stacked under your elbow, stacked under your shoulder. You want knee stacked under hip. And then you want to take your toes, stretch them out long, and press the shoelace part of your feet down into the mat. So if you like to cat-cow up on your toes like this, I feel you, but don't do it. Shoelaces are pressed down into the mat. And as you press down, you feel the legs engage and maybe even the lower belly lift. Exactly what you want. Nice deep breath in, lower the belly, lift the face, side cow. Exhale, arch the back, hang the head, back. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cow. 3 more rounds. You can move with your own breath here. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, arch the back. And after your last cat, come back to a nice flat back, neutral spine. You've been a cat, now we're going to be a dog. Wag that tail. Beautiful. All right, gently walk your knees up until they're right behind your hands, and you can kind of sit back on your heels. We're going to do a wrist stretch here. The most important part of this is following the directions so that you're safe. We're going to flip our hands around like this. I'll cue you through it in a second and walk our knees back. When you're done, don't just be like, ah! Let me cue you back out of it to exit safely in the best space for your wrists. Okay? So with your knees right up next to your wrist, flip your hands around. So your pinkies are becoming parallel on the inside. This might already feel like, wow. Okay. Then you're going to start to walk the knees back. And you don't have to go all the way full back into your tabletop if your wrists are not happy about it. You stay wherever you can, and then you breathe. You want to pick it up a notch, press through the shoelaces of your feet, try your cat-cow here. Or you can just breathe, especially into that whichever one wrist is killing you. Breathe. Try to tuck your shoulder blades down your back into your butt pockets. Good. If you struggle with wrist pain or tightness, this is a great stretch to do every day. It gets a lot easier the more consistently you do it. And you'll know, like my right wrist hates me, and it's the only one that hates this stretch. My left wrist is like, whatever, this is cool. If you need to exit, we're not exiting yet, but if you need to, you walk your knees up, and then you peel the hands off together, not one at a time. Stay here for a couple more breaths if you can. Then when you're ready, slowly walk the knees all the way up towards the fingertips. And then just sit back, peeling the hands away from you. And then roll those wrists up. One at a time. You can shake them out. All right, we're coming back onto hands and knees, regular hands. Threading the needle here. So let's inhale right arm all the way out to the side. And then thread it through underneath the left arm. Lay the back of the hand, the elbow, the shoulder, and the side of the face down on the mat. You can stay right here, or you can lift up that left hand and do one of two things. Wrap it around behind the back, or reach it way out overhead. just depends on what's most comfortable for your neck and for your shoulder. If you're reaching out overhead, it's on the floor in front of you. Nice deep breath. And then bring your left hand back right next to the face. Press through that left hand, sweep right arm all the way up into the air. Then you can bring the hand back down to moving to the other side. Inhale, left arm out to the side. Thread it through underneath. Back of the hand, elbow, shoulder, face comes down to the mat. You can stay right here, or you can pick up the right hand and wrap it around the back, or you can bring it out overhead onto the. Sometimes you can give yourself a really nice temple massage while you're here. Roll your head around. Breathing. Bring the right arm back around, planting the hand next to the face. Press through that right hand. Left arm comes all the way up into the air. And bring it back. Good. Find your neutral tabletop again. Wrists are under elbows or under shoulder. Knees are under hips. Inhale, right arm out in front. Reach long through those fingertips, and when you're ready, exhale, left leg out. Breathe. Reach through the fingertips. Cross through the heel. If you're pointing your toes, flex the foot. Cross through the heel. Breathe. Reach behind you with your tailbone. In front of you with the crown of your head. Nice and long, nice and long. Breathe. Cross through the shoelaces of the foot that's on the floor. Press through the shoulder of the hand that's on the floor. Breathe. You can stay right here, or you can crunch elbow and knee to meet underneath you. And then extend out nice and long. Crunch, numero dos. Extend out nice and long. Last one. Good. Reach out nice and long, nice and long. Breathe. Gently lower the hand down first. Then sweep the knees. So take a second here, close your eyes. See if you can feel the difference right now between your two legs, between your two arms. And then when you're ready, open your eyes. Inhale, left arm out in front. When you're ready, right leg out behind. Breathe. Press through that heel, reach through the fingertip. Reach long through the top of the head. Press out behind you through the tailbone. Press the shoelaces of your foot down into the mat. Use the shoulder to lift through that arm. Breathe. Deep breath. Can you smile while you're Yeah. Nice deep breaths. You guys look great. Press through that heel, not through the toe. Good. When you're ready, you can crunch to meet underneath. You never have to crunch. Exhale. Crunching in. Reaching on. Last crunch. Reach out nice and long. Gently lower the hand down first, and then sweep that. Good. How are we feeling? All right, we're going to bring our right leg out to the side and plant the foot on the floor. Good. Then walk hands in until you can roll up onto the left knee, right leg out to the side. Good. So in a minute, we're going to slide our hand down our leg, and it's really important that you are not on your knee. You can press through the thigh or the calf, but not the knee. If that's where your hand wants to be, just bring it back into the thigh. Press through the knee, that's how you get there. So right hand slides down the leg, left arm sweeps up over. It's called gate pose. Stretch over to the side. Feel this through the left side body. If you flip your palm to the ceiling, you get a little extra stretch through that left hip. If you don't feel any stretch through the side or the hip, it's because you're punching in. Try to open that heart forward. We're going to cartwheel up all the way over to the other side. Left hand stance on the mat. And take a second right now to check. Are your left hand, left knee, and right foot in a straight line? If they are, then you can sweep that right arm up into the air. Balancing half moon pose. So you can stay right here. Enjoy this lengthening, this stretching if you'd like to make your life harder today. And inhale your right leg up into the air. Press through that heel. It'll burn immediately on the outside of that leg. If you do it and you're like, oh, this was a mistake, put it back down. Breathe. Press through the shoelaces of the left foot. See how much length you can create between your right hand and your left hand. Press through that heel. Gently lower the foot. We're going to collapse the right hand down to the mat. Walk the hands around until they're in front of the knees. Sweep the other leg in. Back to tabletop. Beautiful. Okay, left leg comes out to the side. Walk hands in until you can roll up. Left hand slides down the leg. Right arm sweeps up overhead. Don't press through your knee. Good. If you flip that palm, open that heart a little extra, get a little extra over that hip. Breathe. Heart wheel up, over to the other side. Plant that right hand on the mat. Double check. Right hand, right knee, left foot in a straight line. Sweep that left arm up into the sky. Create as much length as you can between your foot and the top of your head. Much length as you can between one hand and the other. If you want to make your life harder today, inhale that left leg up into the air. Press through that heel. Burn immediately. Breathe. See how tall you can get to the top of the head, to the top of the arm. Your leg is in the air, gently lower. Collapse the top arm down to the mat. Walk hands back in front of the knee. Squeeze that knee in. Good. Back to tabletop. Extend that right leg out behind. Cross it over to the bottom left corner of the mat. Point the toes down at the mat and then drop the toes down. And then sink all your weight back through that heel. Nice calf stretch. If you turn and look out over the left shoulder towards the toes, you can add a little extra. You're looking out over your shoulder, come into neutral again. And gently lift that right leg, sweep it back. Good. Inhale, left leg out behind you. Sweep it across to the bottom right corner. Point the toes down at the mat, set the toes down. Sink all your weight back through that leg. Again, you can turn and look over the right shoulder. Breathe. If you're looking over the shoulder, come back into neutral. Gently bring that left leg back in. And then just press back. Sink the hips to the heels. Find your child's pose. You can just rest, or if you want to make it a little more dynamic, you can crawl the fingers forward until you have a great stretch under the arms. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, let it go to the side. When you're ready, we're going to come forward into tabletop. And then gently extend the legs back behind your plank. You're only coming here so you can get to downward facing dog. Press the hips back towards the wall behind you. Chest reaches for the thighs. While we're here, pedal your feet. So bend one knee, drop the opposite heel. All of you are in a huge hurry to get somewhere. Slow that down. Let that speed in. The legs should feel pretty good. We spent a lot of time with them. Now moving about an inch at a time, start to walk the feet up towards the hands. Nice and slow until eventually you're at the top of your mat. Forward fold. Now depending on where your bricks are, you may want to go grab that. And have them where they're handy at the top of their head. They're on the left, please. Bottom, lower. Let's inhale, halfway up, lift the heart, shine it forward. You can bring hands onto bricks here or arms can dangle, it doesn't matter. And fold back down. So you can do this with or without bricks. I'm gonna recommend bricks on the smallest setting. Plant your hands right on these bricks in front of the feet. Good. So plant through the left hand especially, bend the left knee, straighten the right leg. Inhale, right arm up into the sky. Feel that nice stretch through the right leg. If this is too hard, you can make your brick higher. If it's much too easy, you can always come back down onto the floor. Sweep the right hand down to the brick, plant the hand, bend the right knee, straighten the left leg. Inhale, left arm up into the sky. Sweep the left hand down. We'll do a few more rounds here. Right arm comes up. Switch to left. Right hand comes down. Left arm floats up. One more round here at your own pace, your own breath. Inhaling up, exhaling down. I'll move you back and forward fold. I want you to take your bricks and turn them to the tallest setting. And move them from in front of the feet to on either side of the feet so that your toes and the top of the brick are in a straight line. Good. In a moment, we're going to step halfway back. So if we were heading into a warrior pose, you would step as far back as you can. That is not what we are doing. Step only halfway back. If you can't judge what that is, go all the way first and then step it in. Okay, so pick up your right foot, step it only halfway back. You should be able to have both feet flat on the floor. Both heels are down, all the toes face forward. Good. Maybe you're starting to feel this in the left leg. Now we're going to inhale, halfway lift. Shine that heart forward. Hands lift up off the bricks a little bit. And then lower hands back down to the bricks. Bring your attention into your right hip. Pull it microscopically forward. It's not really a movement you see, but it is a movement you feel. Good. Maybe your left leg is screaming. Stay here. If it needs a little more depth, you can start to walk the bricks down. No matter how far down you decide to bring the hands, make sure that your heart is pulling forward the whole time. And breathe. Gently bend that left knee. Step your right foot forward. If you walk the bricks lower, bring them back to their tallest setting for now. And we'll step the left foot back halfway. Both feet are flat on the mat. Heels are down, toes face forward, both legs are straight. Inhale, halfway lift. Pull that heart forward. And instead of holding back down, think about hinging. Keep that chest shining forward. I don't know what that sound is. Bring your attention into your left hip. Pull that left hip slightly forward. If you want to walk the bricks slower, you can. Make sure your heart is shining forward. Bend your right knee. Step your left foot forward. Good. Take a nice slow roll up to standing. Only took an hour, guys, so we need it to standing. Roll those shoulders up. Good. We're going to make a circle here with the body. We're going to do a couple of circles. Start by only moving your head. Start to circle up. Don't let anything else in the body. Slower. Switch direction. Good. Come back to stillness. Now make a circle leading just from the chest and shoulder. Try to keep the waist and the hips out of it. Switch directions. Good. Find stillness there. Now from the waist. Switch directions. Good. Find stillness, and now with the whole body. Switch directions. You're ready. Back to stillness. Bring yourself right up to the top of your mat. You shouldn't need any props for the next few moments. Birds are always good sitting right up top of that. So we're gonna find our mountain pose. Make sure your feet are hip distance apart. Press down through the heels. Start to rise up through the legs. Activating the calf muscles. Kneecaps pull up slightly. Thighs start to rotate inward slightly. Bring your attention to the points of your hips. Imagine pulling them towards each other. They're bones. They're not actually moving, but when you do that, you're telling the abs right here, hey, get involved. Nice and tall through the spine. The crown of the head. Roll your shoulders up, back and down. Arms be open at the side. Inhale, arms up overhead. Now that they're up here, pull the shoulders back down out of the ear. Chances are you've arched a little bit. Pull those hip points back together. Part the air, dive down, forward. Fingertips trail up the feet, up the shins. Inhale, halfway lift, shine that heart forward. Fold back. Plant the hands. Step your right foot back as far as it's willing to go. Step the left foot back to meet it. Downward facing dog. Good. Inhale. Float forward. Find your plank pose. If when you go from down dog to plank, you have to shift your feet way backwards, means your down dog is not far enough apart. Drop your knees. Bend your elbows backwards into your ribs. Lower the chest down like a little push-up. You're all the way onto the floor. Tuck the tops of your feet, shoelaces into the mat. Hands are right on your shoulders. Squeeze elbows into ribs. Lift hard. Baby cobra. Press down through the tops of the feet, through the pelvis, through the hands. You want to add a little challenge here, you can cover those hands. Bring your hands back down. Plant the knees. Press back, tabletop. Tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward, in and around the hands, however far it gets. Don't adjust it, just let it go wherever it goes. Step the left foot up to meet it. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Fold back down. Heart the air, lead with your heart. Dive up. Hands come together overhead, and as they lower to your heart, you can sneak back up to the top of the mat if you didn't quite make it. Good. Inhale up. Heart the air, dive down. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Fold back down. Plant the hands. Right foot steps back as far as it can. Left foot joins it. Downward facing dog. Float forward, plank. Drop your knees. Lower your chest and chin down to the mat. Good. Legs come out straight behind you. Plant the shoelaces into the mat. Plant the hips and the hands. Shine the heart. If you have a yoga practice and you want to go higher in Cobra, you can. Doesn't serve my lower back to do so. Doesn't serve beginners to do so. Plant the knees back on the mat. Press back through the hands. Tabletop, tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward to wherever it lands. Left foot steps up to meet it. Forward fold. Good. Inhale, halfway up. Hold back. This time, slow roll up. Let the arms dangle in front of you. Once you're all the way up, You can sneak up to the top of the mat. Before we go on our next round, have your blanket somewhere next to the middle of your mat so that if and when you want to pull it under your knee, you can. Perfect. If you have the like Mexican blanket, you can keep it folded small. I just have the fat blanket. Inhale, arms up. Or the air dive down forward. Inhale, halfway. Hold back down. Plant the hand. This time we're stepping the right foot back and pausing there. So we're going to drop the right knee down to the mat. You do not have to put a blanket under your knee, but I can pretty much guarantee you'll prefer it. Good. Drop the right knee down. Right shoelaces tuck into the mat. You want your left knee stacked over your left ankle. If you have pretty flexible hips, maybe you want to walk that foot forward. If you have pretty tight hips, you do not want to. Climb your hands up your knee. Rise up. Low lunge. How many people feel that already right there? Okay, so we're all on the same page. Tight as up. So here's what we're going to do to make this stretch a little more worthwhile. We want to open the front of the hip, but we want to get up into the psoas muscle, which is one of our biggest hip flexors and is one of the hardest ones to access. So bring your hands onto your hips. Draw your right hip microscopically forward. And here's where it's killer. Squeeze your right butt cheek. Should have doubled in intensity. Yes? Okay. If you can't breathe because it's so intense, you need to walk your front foot back. You want it to be more intense. Walk your front foot forward, bring the knee over the ankle, then squeeze the butt cheek. Nice deep breaths. Just in case you're not, press through the shoelaces of the right foot, squeeze the right butt cheek, draw the right hip forward. Hands on your hips help you make sure your hips are not doing this, which feels better. Inhale, arms up overhead. And then bring them forward either side of that front foot. You may want to bring a brick under your right hand. You certainly don't have to. Inhaling, left arm up into the sky. Sweep that hand back down. Plant both hands. Tuck your right toes. Lift your knee. Good. So your right heel is popped up. We're about to rise up to high lunge. If you already are like, I'm not going to balance there, either walk your left foot back a little or wider a little. And then when you're ready, climb up your left leg. Rise up. High lunge. You should be wobbly here. That means you're a normal human being. Hands on hips. Okay, microscopically draw that right hip forward. Squeeze your right butt cheek. Press your right heel towards the floor. If it's not going to touch, that's fine. Or if it does touch, congrats. Breathe. Don't move. I'm going to show you where we're going. You stay here. We're going to head into tree. And what I want you to do is press through the left leg. Use all that hip and ab muscle I know you have. Draw the back leg forward. What you're going to want to do is springboard off the back foot. Try not to. See if you can draw yourself up to standing. If you need to come to full standing first, that's totally fine. Okay? So take a nice deep breath in. Pull the hip points together. Throw up as tall as you can. Press your weight through that left leg and draw the right leg forward. If you have to touch down, you can, or you can come right into it. Beautiful. Breathe here. Again, if you're wobbly, you're normal. The best way to balance is to find something to stare at that doesn't move. So that's not me. Find a dot in a floorboard or part of a painting. And breathe. Now, if you prefer to tree here, you can. The only difference is how it looks on Instagram. Hands are whatever you want. If hips work for you, great. If branches work for you, if flowing in the wind works for you, hands at heart. Whatever you want. Find your thing to stare at. See if you can grow up a little taller. Punch down like this. Pull the shoulders back. If you can touch out, you can. Breathe. You can stay here. You want to kick it up a notch. You can extend this foot out behind you as your chest lowers into warrior three. Optional. If you're like, wow, I'd really like to do that and I can't balance it all, bring your bricks in front of you and make it a supported warrior. If you're using your bricks, I want you to focus on dropping your right hip so it's more parallel to the ground. If you're not using the bricks, you're already trying to focus on balance. Breathe. All right, when you're ready, we're coming back up into tree. And then we're going back to high lunge. So, extending it back, setting it down. At any point, you need hands to do that, you can totally do it. We're walking our hands inside the left foot and rotating all the way towards that wall. Wide-legged forward fold. I know you can't see me, you don't have to. Pause here. Breathe. Put a bend in both of your knees. Walk your hands up your knees until you've risen up. Good. Plant your heels into the mat. Spin your toes out 45 degrees. Okay, this is goddess pose. Bend the knees. Stick the booty out behind you. Good. Arms can come up to a cactus. Breathe. If it wasn't COVID-y, I'd come stand in front of you. Breathe. You want to kick your own booty today? You can try to lift your heels here. You're just trying to relax and have a good time, then do not lift your heels. Breathe. Bring your hands down to your thighs. Spin your toes back facing forward. Your feet are parallel now. Good. Now, if your thumb is on the outside of your thigh, flip your hands so your thumbs are on the inside. And this is the only time I'm ever going to tell you this in yoga. Lock out your elbows. Start to drop all your weight through your arms and your thighs. There. Yep. Good. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. Try to bring your left shoulder towards your right toes. Don't let either elbow bend. Feel that stretch kind of in your shoulder blade. If you don't feel the stretch, either your hands are facing the wrong way or you're bending an elbow. Inhale back to center. Exhale, right shoulder, left toes. Inhale back to center. And then fold forward, bring your hands down to the mat. Walk your hands left. Rotate the left toes only. So right toes are now at kind of a 45-degree angle towards you instead of the other way that they just were in goddess. That was the worst cue I've ever given in my life. We are setting up here for warrior two. So you have a straight line from your front heel to your back heel. Your back foot's at a 45-degree angle. Your front knee is stacked over your ankle. Your left toe should be facing the top of your mat. Beautiful. Okay. Right arm is going to cartwheel up. Your hips are opening towards that purple wall, towards all the writing. Beautiful. So I want you to first drop your hands to your hips. Check that your hips are actually facing that way. And then look down at your left knee. Did it swing in? Because most knees do. So bring it back over the ankle. Is it actually 90 degrees stacked over the ankle? We check the hips first because the knee should win if you can't get them both to do what you want. Good. Arms come up to a T. Gaze out over that left hand. Pretend you are pressing down on 1,000 fluffy marshmallows. Pull those shoulders out of those ears. Beautiful. Drop your back hand to your back leg. Flip your front palm to the ceiling. Lean back, raise that hand. This is called reverse warrior, but I like to call it the not today Satan. I was like, no. Okay, bring the arms back into warrior two. Lean out over that front knee as far as you can. So legs don't move, torso does. Bend the left elbow, drop it onto the left knee. Good. Bring your top hand to your hip. Bring your torso open, 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 and then right arm can come up over. Breathe. Okay, right arm cartwheels forward. Bring both hands back down to the mat. Step your back foot forward. Forward fold. Before you roll up, feel that right leg versus that left leg. Beautiful. Okay, nice slow roll up to stand. Yeah, funky with it. Good luck. Inhale up. Right here. Dive down. Forward. Inhale. Halfway lift. Hold that down. Plant the hands. Left leg steps back. Blanket under the knee. Drop the knee down. Bring the shoelaces of the left foot down into the mat. Make sure the right knee is stacked over the right ankle. When you're ready, walk your hands up your leg and rise up. Probably already feel that in that left hip. Make sure you draw that left hip forward a little bit. Squeeze that left foot. Again, you need to walk the right foot more forward you can. You need to walk it back you can. Forward you can. Chances are you feel this more deeply on one side than the other. Super normal. We all have one tighter hip, one tighter shoulder, etc. Breathe deeply. Your hands down in front of you. Maybe you want to grip under the left hand. Inhale, right arm up into the sky. Your hand back down to the mat. Plant both hands. Tuck your back toes. Lift your back leg. Technique. When you're ready, walk up the leg. You should be wobbly. That's okay. You can walk your foot wider or closer. High lunge. Again, draw that left hip forward. Squeeze that left foot. Right, so this is where we're working on drawing that leg forward to tree. So Nice deep breath in. Pull those hip points together, grow up nice and tall through the spine. See if you can pull the back leg forward rather than shove off. Find that tree pose. Remember to find whatever you need to stare at, something that doesn't move, which is a V. Find your focal point and breathe. Press down to the foot, rise up tall through the spine. Arms are yogi's choice. You can stay in tree, or you can experiment bringing a leg out behind, torso out in front. Warrior three, you can always use the bricks. Or a supported warrior three. Great. Shine that heart forward. Rest to that back heel. All through the top of your head. As soon as this side's evened out with the other, we're going to sit down and lay down. Breathe. Okay, so you can do one of two things. You can come back to a tree, or from right here, you can set yourself down in the middle. If you went to tree, step back. Perfect. Right there, bring the hands down to the floor. Walk the hands right or left, whatever direction that. Yep, wide-legged forward fold. Pause, breathe, hang. Spin your toes out 45 degrees. Bend the knees, walk the hands up the legs. Cactus arms. Beautiful. Come on, make your own life harder today. Lift those heels. Totally optional. There's a whole TED talk about how if you do power poses during the day, you're like more confident, less conflicty, etc. This is one of those power poses. So before you have to go on stage or before you have to fight someone, do this for a little while, and then you'll kill it. Good. Hands come down to the thighs. Rotate the toes in. Feet are parallel. Make sure the thumbs are facing in. Start to lock out the elbows and drop all that weight down through the thighs. Good. Inhale, nice big deep breath in. Exhale, left shoulder towards right toes. Do not bend the elbows. A lot of times we're like, I could bend further, but that's not the point. Good. Inhale, center. Right shoulder, left toes. Feel that in the shoulder blade. Inhale back to center. Fold back down, plant the hands. Okay, we're walking our hands to the right, rotating, coming into warrior two legs. So, back foot's at a 45-degree angle, front knee stacked over the front ankle, left arm cartwheels up, hips are open to the elephant. Good. Check the hips, then check in with the knee. Arms come up to a T. Press down, elbows and fluffy motions. Back hand drops to the back leg, flip the front palm, reach up. Not today, Steve. Start to cartwheel forward until you can rest your right elbow on your right leg. Maybe bring left hand to hip, Bring that torso open, and bring left. Top arm comes down to the floor. Bring both hands down. Step the front foot back. Drop the knees. Take a child's pose. All the hard work is done. Walk your hands in towards your knees. Walk to seated on your heels. Swing your feet around. Find seated on your booty. Come up onto your blanket. Bring your right leg out to the side. Bottom of the left foot touches the inner thigh. Good. So this is 0 about touching your toes. You may feel it in your leg, but the point of the stretch is your back. So we're going to inhale up nice and tall. Then exhale, you guys feel that way. Rotate your heart towards your toes. Good. Nice deep breath in again. And then start to walk your hands down your leg. Just as far as you can go. As soon as you get all hunchy, you've gone too far. Come back so we can have a nice flat back. Pull your heart towards your toes. If you happen to be able to grab your foot while your heart is shining forward, you're allowed to. Not the point. Every deep breath in, you lengthen your spine. Every exhale, you see if you can pull the heart a little closer to the toes. And walk the hands back up the leg. Little karate chops, switch legs. Inhale up nice and tall. Exhale, rotate the heart towards the toes. Inhale up nice and tall. And then exhale, start to walk down the leg, pulling the heart. Every inhale lengthens the spine. Every exhale reaches the heart towards the toes. Slowly walk back up the leg. We're going to come down onto our mats. We'll do a twist, and then we'll get set up for Shavasana. So if you're going to want to add clothes or blankets or props for Shavasana, have them reachable before you lay yourself. All right, so we'll come onto our backs on the mat. Go ahead and hug your knees in towards your chest. Maybe rock side to side on that low back a little bit. And keep the knees hugged in. Open arms up to a T. Drop your knees over to the right. All right, left one just rest onto the floor. Turn your head, gaze out over that left knee. Breathe. When you inhale, you create space. You exhale, you sink deeper into your toes. Let that top knee float up first. Bottom knee follows. Hug the knees into the chest again. Find neutral, find center. Then when you're ready, open the arms up to a T again. Dropping knees over to the other side. Turning to gaze out over that opposite knee. And breathe. Every inhale creates space. Every exhale, sink a little deeper into your breath. Let that top knee first. Bottom knee follows. Hug the knees into the chest one more time. Rock on that lower back. And then you can go ahead and get yourself set up for whatever is going to be your most comfortable Shavasana. So traditional Shavasana or corpse pose is laying flat on the floor, about a foot of space between your feet, a foot of space between each hand and each hip. I do not require anyone to do Shavasana the traditional way. So if you are more comfortable, the bolster under the knees, especially if your lower back twinges sometimes, you want to get covered up with a blanket, whatever makes you the most comfortable. You'd like to turn and go legs up the wall. Whatever will make Shavasana the most comfortable and cozy. Once you find your comfy spot, wiggle the toes. Roll ankles. Gently rock the hips. Wiggle the fingers. Roll the wrists. Shrug the shoulders up to the ears. Walk shoulder blades down underneath. Wiggle the jaw. Gently rock the head side to side. Scrunch up the eyes and the forehead. And let the head, the face, the neck, the whole body become soft and still. Now begin what's called a rotation of consciousness. You'll just move your awareness to different parts of your body as soon as you hear them name. And say the name of the part to yourself. And feel that part of your body, but do not move any part. The practice begins on the right side. Right hand, thumb. Second finger. Third finger. fourth finger, fifth finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, waist, hip, thigh, knee, calf, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Left hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, waist, hip, thigh, knee, calf, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Now go to the back of the body. Right heel, left heel, right calf, left calf, right thigh, left thigh, right buttock, left buttock, lower back, middle back, upper back, the entire spine, right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, back of the neck, back of the head, top of the head, forehead, right temple, left temple, right ear, left ear, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, middle of the eyebrows, right eye, left eye, right nostril, left nostril, right cheek, left cheek, upper lip, lower lip, both lips together, chin, jaw, throat, right collarbone, left collarbone, right side of the chest, left side of the chest, upper abdomen, navel, lower abdomen, and pelvic floor, the whole right leg, whole left leg, whole right arm, whole left arm, the whole face, the whole head, the whole torso, the whole body, the whole body, the whole body. And your attention just to the rise and fall of your belly. Your mind wanders during Shavasana. Noises or distractions arise. You just acknowledge it. Allow it. Greet it with a smile. Bring the attention back to the breath.
back to the breath. Go with your fingers, wiggle your toes. Stretch arms up overhead, like you're just waking up. And whenever you feel ready, gently rolling over onto one side. Curling up in a ball. Finding one last moment of stillness. Eventually taking as much time as you need, making your way up to a comfortable seated position. Finding your comfy seat, sitting up nice and tall, rolling shoulders up. And your hands together in front of your heart. Pause here for a moment just to notice. How do you feel? Has anything changed from where you are? Up your nose to your fingertips. Acknowledge first yourself for taking the time to come to your mat today. As always, I thank you so much for coming to practice with me today. Namaste. Take as much time as you need to feel like you can safely put your things away, or if you have any questions or need anything, I can absolutely help you. And be on the lookout for like an email or a text from me with just like a survey, not about this class necessarily, but I'm trying to figure out like, we'd all rather be here in person, but I don't know how much longer that's even going to be an option. So I'm just trying to figure out our way forward. So if you want to help me answer a couple questions about like what would actually be helpful to you, that would be great. So I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.